Guys, this is the first time I'm doing live stream on YouTube, so I'm still figuring this out. But basically in this video, what I'm going to do is run through the 3 stages of healing addictions. I looked into this, I've known this, but I've really sort of gained some clarity this morning as I was reading something, and I thought it'd be a great way to learn about this and to really imbibe it myself by sharing it with you guys, and I'd love to engage in a conversation with you. And just to say, if you'd like to connect with me, please do so at ashyogi.blog. Send me your details, connect with me, and to be kept informed of future free videos and videos that I won't be putting on YouTube or anywhere else. If you want to be receiving videos, yoga videos, health videos, please do get in touch. So, going back to the 3 stages of healing addictions, a quick overview. So, addictions is a broad thing, right? But say for example, someone's an alcoholic. So the first stage would be to give up the actual substance, so give up alcohol, and in a sense become a dry alcoholic. But in the first stage, you don't actually address the psychological issues underlying the addiction. You are basically just physically giving up the addiction, the substance, and often in order to do that, you pick up another addiction. So it could be you become a workaholic, and you lose yourself in that. And you're basically an addiction. What are you trying to do? You're looking to meet a need, right? A need that you feel it isn't complete somehow. So you're just swapping addictions, and it could be anything. It could be suddenly physical exercise. You really become obsessed with physical exercise, and you essentially get your high that way. So that's the first stage. To put it simply, and like I say, the first stage is where you're not looking at the underlying psychological reasons. Second stage then would be you start to heal the trauma that caused the addiction. So you heal the trauma. In fact, you heal the trauma that you caused through, or the addiction or the substance or the addictive behavior caused to your relationships and to your way of being in the world. So inevitably, when addictions have taken hold of us, they can be quite destructive, right? We know this, and they can affect our relationships, even though in the moment we don't think they are. It's when we come out of the addiction and sober up that we suddenly look around and look back and go, oh my God, uh, look what happened to this relationship, look what happened to this friendship. We look at our own behaviors, and then we realize, oh, there's healing that could be done here. So we go to heal those relationships, and yeah, we learn about the trauma that we experienced in our childhood. We begin to heal the wounding that happened. We begin to understand it, and we start to replace the dysfunctional attitudes and behaviors that we learnt as a coping strategy. We start to replace that with functional habits, functional behaviors, more empowering, more life-affirming behaviors and attitudes. And so, which brings us then to the third stage. The third stage of healing addictions is to actually, I think, the way we look at addictions is really looking at addictions and saying addictions have come as a coping strategy, a coping mechanism of dealing with not having being able to complete certain developmental stages in childhood. Okay, stages of development that we need to go through in childhood. We couldn't go through that due to the traumatic events, and yeah, we're learning, and I think that attitude, there's there's more hope, because there's an understanding or a concept that if you can now go through those developmental stages with the right information, and skill, if you can acquire the skills necessary, then you're able to go through those developmental stages now, and in the process let go of your addiction, let go of your need to have that addiction. And that includes codependent behaviors, codependency, which is what I'm quite interested in, actually, rather than just an addiction of a substance, of an activity. I'm intrigued by this whole concept of codependency and codependent behavior, and really looking at how can we bring hope, rather than seeing addictions and codependency as disease, and something that we have to live with for the rest of our lives, and that we're never going to heal this. And rather than and the third stage really tells me that with the right education and the right acquiring the right skill, we can then let go of the addiction in a healthy way, and in a way allow our natural abilities to come out, our natural gifts to come out, and to really be ourselves, and be whole and be ourselves, and feel safe, and deliver our value to the world, and essentially reach our full potential, which I think is so important. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? If you the soul knows inside, if you're not reaching your full potential, the difference. And when we're stuck in addictions, in the vicious loop of addictions, of negative behaviors, of failed relationships, of negative thinking, and that vicious loop that keeps us, so there's an unhealed trauma, and we get involved with an addiction in order to heal that, supposedly heal or not feel that pain. Then, but the funny thing is that addiction continues to make it worse, because it continues to give us, to cause these bad behaviors or negative behaviors in us that break our relationships, and the vicious circle just continues, and we can't find a way out. So really the third stage of uh, healing addictions gives me hope, and I hope gives other people hope, and is a great model to be able to work with. So I'd love to hear your viewpoints on the subject. I'd love to hear if you found this useful, this outlook, and let's start a discussion on this. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Otherwise, contact me at ashyogi.blog. Love to hear from you. Talk to you soon. Until the next time. Take care. Bye-bye.